Welcome back to Insightful Wanderer, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all subscribe. Now let's get into today's mystery story. In the quiet corners of our world, there are places that hold on to memories, places where the veil between what is and what was becomes terrifyingly thin. We are here to explore the strange, the mysterious, and the stories that stay with you, whispering in the dark long after the lights go out. Tonight's tale comes from an ordinary traveller, a man named Alex, whose journey was interrupted by a force he could neither see nor comprehend. He checked into a hotel for what he thought was a simple night's rest, and found something waiting for him. Something that was already inside, watching him. It was supposed to be one night, a single, forgettable stopover. He'd been driving for hours, fatigue setting in as the road stretched into an endless ribbon of wet asphalt. Outside, the storm was getting worse, turning from a downpour into a violent assault of wind and rain. Then, a sign appeared through the deluge, its neon letters bleeding into the mist. The hotel looked quiet, almost abandoned, just one flickering light in the lobby, a lonely beacon in the storm. It was enough. The clerk barely spoke. He was a gaunt figure, his face lost in the shadows cast by the weak overhead light. He didn't ask for a credit card, only a name. With a slow, deliberate movement, he handed over a key. A heavy, old-fashioned brass key, cold to the touch, marked room 12. Inside, the air was thick and musty. Everything felt wrong. The silence was heavy, punctuated only by the distant howl of the wind. A large, ornate mirror faced the bed directly, its surface so clean it seemed to absorb the room's dim light. On the bedside table, a small clock had no hands, its face a blank, timeless stare. Seeking a distraction from the oppressive quiet, he turned on the TV. Every channel showed the same hissing, dancing static, a visual representation of the storm outside, except one. As he clicked through, the static abruptly vanished. It was a frozen image, a bed that looked exactly like his. The same rumpled duvet, the same faded floral pattern on the headboard. It was a perfect still-life replica of his own room. He tried to shake it off, blaming his exhaustion. It had to be a strange, looped hotel information channel. He turned off the TV and went to sleep around midnight. The image of the bed burned into his mind. But something woke him from a deep, uneasy sleep, a persistent, jarring vibration. It was his phone, buzzing relentlessly on the nightstand. When he picked it up, his heart pounding in the silent room, he saw a notification he didn't recognize. A new video had appeared in his gallery, a file he hadn't created, hadn't downloaded. The thumbnail was a close-up of a face. It was him, sleeping. His breath was steady, his eyes closed. He looked peaceful, vulnerable. The video was perfectly stable, recorded from across the room, near the ceiling in the far corner. And then he saw it in the bottom corner of the screen. The timestamp, 12:01 a.m. Just 1 minute after he had fallen asleep, a wave of cold terror washed over him. He tore through the room, his earlier unease exploding into full-blown panic. He ripped the curtains aside, finding only the rain-streaked glass of the window. He dropped to his knees, shining his phone's light under the bed, and threw open the doors of the old, musty wardrobe. Nothing. There were no hidden cameras. No wires, no lenses, no logical explanation. He flung open his door. There was no one in the hall, just a long, empty corridor that seemed to stretch into infinity. His heart hammering against his ribs, he ran to the front desk, desperate for an answer, for anyone, but the clerk was gone. The lobby was deserted, the chair behind the counter empty. Only the key to room 12 sat on the counter, a silent, mocking testament to his stay. He didn't wait for another sign. He ran out into the rain, leaving his luggage, his sense of security, everything behind. He drove until the sun came up, never once looking back. But when police, acting on his frantic report, investigated the location he gave them, they found something strange, something impossible. The hotel had been closed for years, boarded up, condemned, reclaimed by nature. There was no power, no flickering light, no silent clerk, and in the ruins of what was once room 12, amidst the dust and decay, they found a phone, not Alex's, but another, older model, covered in a thick layer of grime. Its screen was cracked, but somehow, impossibly, it was still recording. A small red light blinking, capturing the empty, decaying room for an audience that was no longer there. See you the next video. Until then, keep safe.